We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
I know I'm not the one. Don't fake it well, you don't belong to me.
Hello and welcome to Espergenesis Holocaust of the Ekajati here on Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I'm your GM for the evening, Jason, from over at the Nerd Eternal Network. And joining me as usual will be Sarah playing Cat, Decca playing Armanto. Still have to look at his name to get it right.
Did it.
I get it right, but I have to look at it to get it right. Eric playing Adrian, and we should soon be graced with the presence of Patrick playing Hull. Oh, I just realized I didn't grab my sodas ahead of time. Oh well. Alright. I'm sure everybody remembers where we were last week. Who wants to give the review?
We're on another boat. Francis chopped somebody in half. We found the target. Adrian's chilling out in space.
Did we find the target?
Yep. Well, we're assuming he's the target.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we actually found the VIP.
Well, Cat, I think, found... Because there was a guy holding a gun to another guy's head, and Cat's like, that's probably the guy.
Right. Okay, sorry. I've played a lot of D&D over the last week.
It's all good.
Multiple
Bad
games
problem
is
to
no
have.
excuse. I'm running 4 games right now. Do I get them confused?
You
Well,
DM them.
a
That's
little bit.
different.
Well, okay.
I guess a
I do
little
get
bit.
this one in the Starfinder one confused pretty regular.
Yes.
So the rules are very, very similar, except for the little spots where they go.
Mm-hmm. I think that's about it, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very
Yeah.
that's a pretty concise.
We were repairing engineering.
Yes.
Engineering got repaired.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Yanni
the-
patched
Vacuum sealed.
engineering so it would hold an
Yeah.
atmosphere, and then
the
Hull-
breaches got repaired.
Yeah, then Hull went in and was actually working on the engines where you could move the ship
Mm-hmm.
because y'all had kind of wrecked it a little bit.
A little bit.
They started it.
Pretty sure that's not how this scenario went down.
Nope.
I
They totally
think
started it.
that's how it happened, actually. They started it. It's exactly what happened.
Pretty sure they were minding their own business, and y'all went, "Hey guys."
Hey, let me show you how our lasers work.
I mean,
I'm
they're
extremely
pirates, so
justified in
nobody
this.
cares.
Exactly.
It'd be like if you watched a movie and somebody snuck him and punched a Nazi. You're not going to feel sorry for the guy, even if he didn't start it. But yes, we have Hull and Yanni in engineering working on it. Francis and Armato are in the cockpit / command pod section of the ship, because the cockpit can detach as its own little ship. Kind of a much bigger escape pod. Also something that could be used as a landing craft and to maneuver around in an atmosphere.
A really swanky escape pod.
Well, it's got no beds and no toilets, so I don't know how swanky it really is. But
For maybe 8 hours. Or less.
Who knows?
let's see. Jade was in the galley. And Kat had just spotted the presumably last pirate. At least none of the other rooms seem to have anybody. Who is indeed holding someone hostage, and you've heard kind of whimpering, muttering from the next room that makes you think that they may have some other prisoners. But the pirates seem to be pretty convinced that this was the guy you were after. Cat is stealth, so the guy has not seen you, but the door opens, so he knows there's somebody around.
Yeah, there's an invisible cat.
Yeah. Oh, I was just about to say she's not invisible, so you couldn't walk through the door, but she actually is invisible at the moment because Adrian.
Yeah. Because I remembered that at level 3, because that's my permanent power level right now, Obfuscate can make 2 people invisible.
That's not something you're going to wind up using a whole lot, I'm sure.
It's a spell I
Never.
use a lot, so at the very least, me and Cat, because we're the 2 sneaky sneaks, sort of.
And you've got a megacorp after you, and some weird ancient aliens after you, and pretty much the sci-fi Illuminati after you. And
Yeah, he's trying to work on that second one.
being able
The
to
hell did
hide is a big
what
thing.
what the hell did Aramanto get himself sucked into?
You know, that's kind of
It's
what
fine.
Danru. That's kind of what Danru was asking when he found out about all this. 'Cause he was
Yeah,
the only one
basically.
that showed up without somebody chasing after him. Or
He was the only one that didn't raise his hand during the question of, okay, who has a backstory that might involve murderers chasing them?
I mean, I killed my aggressor, so
no, Hunter's still
We're-
alive.
I mean, besides him,
Oh.
We're still working on the whole killing the aggressors.
Unfortunately, some of your aggressors are not killable. That you've managed to figure out so far, at least.
we'll see about that one.
That's still in R&D. Okay.
All right. So, bringing up the initiative order.
Why?
Oh wait, let me close that back off because I moved y'all over to the correct map, but I don't think I moved myself over there. There we go.
We are not. I am not, in fact, on the correct map. I am on a blank piece of nothing.
Try reloading. I'm on the ship map.
I will do that.
Sometimes it's just slow to catch up or selective to catch up.
Yeah,
Yep, it was selective to catch up.
yeah. Roll 20's a little quirky. It makes up for it by being free.
Free with an asterisk.
Yeah, man. I haven't paid him a dime, so you know.
There
I'm
you
probably going to because I'm running out of storage space. I'm to the point now that I'm, oh, I want to load this map. Well, that means I gotta go find me a map to delete. There we go.
I know that feel.
Look,
Yeah.
looks at my notes, cries a little bit.
All right. Everybody is
Okay.
on the map. Oh, and just a quick shout out while I am thinking about it. Just a reminder to anybody watching, the ship maps are courtesy of zerohour.com. And while you guys can't see it on the stream, I flashed up the web address. They were nice enough to let us use their maps for the game, so I hype their stuff now and then.
Yeah.
And I really like the
Yeah.
stuff. Reasonably priced. You can get, I have the miniature for the ship map your own, but it's over in another part of the room. And I just think it's neat that you can get the maps and the miniatures to go with the maps.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, back to our subject at hand, though.
I think it's literally just Cat right now. It's like we're all zoomed in on Cat.
And we ended at her initiative, I believe.
Oh, now the image tokens for the initiative aren't loading. That's super cool. Whatever. I'm not worried about that.
As long as you can see the actual pod
I can see
tokens
Yeah.
and the dice roller. Oh, well, you tend to roll regular dice. But,
Oh, that reminds me. I need to get my dice.
you can just use the dice roller. It's fine.
I don't wanna.
Then you can suffer like everyone else.
I don't wanna.
All right, Kat. So I believe he had made demands of you, of whoever it was out there to show, kind of show themselves. He knows this is who you probably come after, and he'll blow his head off.
Yeah, she's gonna make sure she goes over the comms. Not like voice-wise, because that might be heard, but like the I flicked text. Like, found the target. and be like, keep distance for now, but if you could throw a Yanni this way, it wouldn't go miss.
There is a Yanni on her head very suddenly.
Bloop, bloop.
An invisible Yanni.
Invisible Yanni.
Let's see. How far can Yanni move?
He can move 40 feet around if he just goes normal speed, 80 if he books it.
Okay. And he can phase through objects, so he can get through the walls and stuff. Okay, yeah, he can actually reach her.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can just go straight line right at her.
Meow.
So yes, you have a Yanni floating over your face now, well, above your head now.
Yanni hat.
Yanni hat. Yes.
She is going to enter the room, so hopefully the door closes behind her.
Okay.
Like right
Go
there?
ahead and give me a stealth roll. I mean, obviously he can't see you. This is just to see that you're being quiet.
Would it be at advantage? Please.
That's
I like that I get an 11 still when I crit fail.
Invisible just doesn't help you not make noise. It's like, oh, I kicked something because I couldn't see where my foot was going, you know. So I'm going to say no, not advantage. So that's
fortunately
pretty bad.
he just has to roll below a 10.
That is true. And let me look up his stats.
Do the rogue equivalents in this game get reliable talent?
No, she doesn't have anything. At least.
Oh, I'm just
yet.
saying, like higher levels.
I don't believe so. Not in the tree she took.
Well, I mean, that was just a base thing for, but sure.
I don't think it is in the. I don't think operative in this has.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
So luckily he has no wisdom bonus, so it's pretty much just a straight die roll for him.
Crit. Fail.
He rolled a 9. You are in luck.
Wow.
Okay.
Somewhere the dice like me. Okay.
You know, you bump something or brush something, and you think it's way too much noise, but he doesn't seem to react to it. And a couple seconds later, the door swishes shut.
Yanni
Kind
just
of-
phases through the door.
He's on her head. He's just kind of like going
Oh,
along.
yeah,
He's
he's-
like,
Yeah, he's going along with her.
she's at this point. She's kind of leaning against the wall, and she'll talk. She'll be like, "Hey, okay, I'm gonna appear, but yeah, let's just keep calm here."
He's got the guy by the head, or by the, around the neck or whatever. And he kind of orients himself towards where the voice is coming from. Do you cut the...
I'm assuming Adrian's listening through the Yanni.
Well, he won't know when until she says that she wants it done, so he's just going to hold on to it for right now.
She's sending him something that says "cut it."
Okay, so Adrian is no longer invisible either.
He's also on the outside of a ship.
He is on the outside of the ship.
Now he's just not invisible.
Yeah, pretty much. There
The
may
other-
be questions from the other ship later, but
What was he? Lizard pirate's name? Staska.
Stas.
Staska just sees him like, "What the hell?"
he's casually flipping the man the bird as he just floats around space.
It's just like this.
It's like, I always wanted to do this.
Hmm?
She's like, "Okay, so you can both see each other. How about we just let's just talk for now."
He's like, oh, Christ,
She, like-
it's an Esper.
She's like, "No, that was my buddy's doing.
Yeah, that still means there's an Esper involved.
He's probably like elbow deep in some kind of computer. You don't have to worry about him." And she like takes off her pistol and sets it on like the locker or cabinet beside her. Takes off her knife, sets it on the cabinet behind her.
Takes out like 20 pistols, like
Takes out another knife, another pistol, the sniper rifle.
whoosh.
No, she just takes off one of her pistols and her knife, just sets it over. She's like, "Let's just talk."
Kind of her most visible weapons.
Yeah.
I know this is who you came for.
Yeah. And you can walk away from this. We're here for him, not you.
You're part of Aircast Raiders, aren't you?
Hired on. We're not part of your castrators yet.
Yet. He says the yet worries me. They're not known for taking prisoners.
Yeah, well, I'm not with them yet. I run my ship different.
And even if you don't kill me, where am I going to go? There's no way you're going to let
This ship-
There's no way they're not going to take the ship.
This ship got escape pods?
Yeah, it does.
Why don't you go to one of the escape pods? I'll walk you there myself.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Ooh.
Because you're not... Assuming you're not lying. If you're lying to him, if you're planning to cap him, or thinking that one
She
of your
has-
buddies will cap him, roll bluff.
No,
but-
she has no reason to, shoot him at this time. He hasn't attacked her. He hasn't attacked anyone else. What happens to him once he's in the escape pod, she can't help.
Did you good?
Alright, now, this has been a round or two that you've been talking to him. What is everybody else doing?
Adrian has probably floated into the vented area of the vented cargo pod area.
Mm-hmm. So
I
the
say
big cargo
vented.
area down here,
The one that is exposed to space.
but yes, it has a sizable, a plenty big enough hole for you to walk through.
Walk, he's flying.
Or float through, or whatever, without any trouble.
Yeah. Secretly, this is one of these things he just loves doing now.
So you'd probably be entering around, this corner down here.
Yeah. And he's just gonna sort of
Imagine
look
the hole
around.
being in this area.
He's basically just gonna look around, see what he can find, that kind of a thing.
There are some strapped down. It looks a lot like the other one that y'all already examined. Lots of crates. Some of them are strewn about. Some of them got sucked out into space when the atmosphere vented. But there's quite a few that were strapped down, and they're still sitting there.
Hi, ho.
How's it going?
Hey, Patrick.
Okay.
And you see one dead crewman. Apparently, he managed to strap himself to something before he got sucked out of the ship,
Right.
but wasn't able to get anywhere before he suffocated.
You did this.
Got it.
You did this.
Or Staska did it, or somebody.
On that note, he's just gonna root around, basically. See if there's anything of particular interest that might get his attention. That he might want to pilfer for later.
There's like trade goods that's, they're worth money. You don't know if it's goods they stole, or if this being a cargo ship, they were carrying some goods just as cover in case they got boarded by somebody.
Ah.
Because they are outside their usual territory.
Uh-huh.
Armanto's having a crisis of faith over here.
Alright, Patrick, just to catch you up, all you really missed is we review what went on last time. Cat has stepped into the room with the last pirate who is holding the VIP that you're after. Holding a gun to his head. So she steps inside, turns visible, disarms, and is basically cutting a deal with the guy, to let him take one of the escape pods and book it.
Okay.
Has she communicated this to everybody else, or does she have her comm unit on?
She's going to if the guy agrees. She's just kind of
Oh yeah, she made you
keep him
persuasion
quiet,
roll.
calm.
He believes you. Okay, yeah, we can cut that deal.
Okay.
Well, that sounds fair. We're all pirates here.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, live and let live. I'll take your shit.
Yeah.
I don't need your life all the time.
Yeah, we'll say that's the pirate motto for the moment.
That's fair. Take your shit.
I'll take your shit,
But yeah,
but not your
I mean, you're taking the stuff. And you're like, okay, I get to go away and live. You get the VIP you wanted.
It's like, give me just a second. I'm gonna make sure none of my guys get happy trigger fingers. You okay with that?
That'll be fine.
Okay. She kind of
That's
gets on the
perfect.
comm.
He seems a lot more hopeful than he was when you walked in.
She gets on the comm. She's like, I'm going to be escorting a gentleman to the escape pods. Anyone gets itchy trigger fingers, you're sleeping outside this ship without atmospheric protection.
Ooh.
To which
Orders
Adrian,
from the captain.
to which Adrian goes, eh.
Like, that's fine.
Pretty much.
I've always wanted to nap in space.
I just have to wake
Everyone
up once
likes
a day to recast this. That's fine.
Quite
She-
literally, actually.
Yeah, 24
Kind of
hours.
waits to, get affirmatives back before she'll walk the guy.
Does anybody disagree?
Aramonto doesn't say anything because he's still like taking in what the fuck happened over here. But he will eyeball text Cat with an affirmative.
Okay.
All right.
She's the least concerned about Aramonto just shooting some.
That's fair.
The man doesn't carry a gun, so who's he going
Just
to?
comes out of nowhere with a sword like, ah!
I do have a gun.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I got one from that one dude that I fought in one-on-one combat.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a good gun, but it's a gun.
It's the one you got from the cat guy, right?
Yeah, the cat guy.
Oh, I had his name. His name was right on the tip of my tongue. It doesn't matter.
Cat dude.
But yeah, he had like the little
Catman dude.
the little kind of small rifle thing. Yeah, that's not a bad gun.
It looks like he's a
rifle.
pioneer. Looks like he's a pioneer from like the 1700s, with the weapon strapped around his like this.
Like
And
a
then-
bandolier.
Yeah, you can't see the swords if he doesn't have them out because his rig has it like, where he studs, but he has the gun.
Okay. Since I'm going to assume no one came back with, yeah, I'm shooting the guy as soon as you walk out, Cat's gonna walk the guy out.
Our motto, Francis does walk out of the pod area while
Okay, if he would walk out, I would just let him, and then I would walk in, and I would make sure Francis leaves all the way, and then I would close both doors and take off with the thing, just cool off.
the problem with that is Francis rather, took his, not a lightsaber, and cut one of those doors open.
So he cut this door, right?
Correct.
Is this door closable?
Oh, yes, it is.
Well,
I
the
can-
only issue would be it won't make a complete vacuum, possibly. Like an airlock situation.
Well, if this one closes, doesn't that shoot out the entire thing right there, or is the ship just that front part?
Like, I would think it's like this is like from the ship to the detachable ship, and this is the
Like,
back of the
this-
detachable.
This is
Yeah.
Yeah, this
think of
is-
this
this
right.
is
Think of these
airlock,
two
right?
little spots right here as the engines for the little pod.
yeah.
So
That's
if
what.
you
That's
seal
how I,
this
that's how I figured.
door, you can safely fly around.
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
So I'll
Didn't
close
Francis cut that door though?
No,
Oh no,
he
he
cut-
cut
it
it.
was
He
this
cut
middle
this
door.
door. Okay, I forgot there was another. There were
They
three
were-
doors.
They were standing in this section, and they heard him override this door shutting before he launched.
Okay.
He was planning
okay.
to launch and let the air pressure in the room suck them out.
Okay. I for some reason thought this door was damaged too.
no.
Okay.
So I will safely close that door and then take off in this, and I'll let the group know. I'll text the group and be like, I'm going for a ride. You guys got this. No.
As
In the
you
middle of our
detach-
job.
As you detach, you get several warnings of weapon systems locking onto you, and the other pirate ship, the
Something Voyager.
Eternal Voyager,
Yeah.
the
It's
Eternal
me.
Voyager, Staska's fighter, and the gunners
Us.
that you left on
the Roustabout.
Roustabout, aka the
Hellborn
Hellbound.
Hand.
I will
Hellbound.
I will tell all of them it's me. It's the Sentinel. just doing a look around, make sure we don't have any stragglers. But it looks like you guys are doing that for me.
Yes, that's our purpose out here.
Okay.
Why are you detaching the pod?
The
captain.
Making sure it works.
Make sure it works. I'm making sure they don't get it.
Is this over like a comm that Cat can hear as well?
Yeah. If he's y'all's comms will be set up for their bands too.
I'm making sure they don't get it, and I'm also making sure, I'm making sure they don't get it, and also I'm making sure they don't use it to tear a hole out of the side of the ship. But from the last update I got, there's only one person left, and we have secured the VIP.
Captain Varla's like, all right, however y'all want to do it. This is this is your op, basically.
Thank you. Please attach the weapon systems.
And they do. The weapon system stop locking onto you.
I'm gonna do a lap.
All right, Cat will walk out of the
Adrian
room
floating
first.
around.
Just kind of like hold her hand back, like, let me just make sure. I trust my folks, but I just want to make sure, everything's good. You understand, right?
All right, yeah.
She comes out to about, comes out of the room, kind of pokes around the corner, like this.
Francis and Jade are standing there.
I only look like a monster. I'm not actually a monster.
She knows like bits and pieces. They've revealed bits and pieces of their history with these guys, right?
You know it's the red. You don't necessarily know exactly what they did to piss off the red
Just that
dust.
there's a history with them.
Or the Scarlet Dust, whatever they're called.
I think it was Scarlet Dust.
Yeah, Scarlet Dust Pirates. You know they had an op, where they were going after something and it went bad. You probably know a building burned down somewhere.
Yeah, just that there's some bad blood.
I don't know that they told you, hey, we stumbled across who's actually in charge of these people. Don't know.
Just that there's like bad blood between them, like.
Yes, and Francis would probably say something about the fact that he'd much rather flush his guy in an airlock and let him go.
Yeah, well, we don't always get what we want. You guys made me the captain. You get to listen to my orders now.
Hull, what have you been doing in engineering? Patrick?
Okay. Let's get out there. Alright. I am doing a rundown of... I guess in this case, what I'm actually going to be doing is... How much damage has this ship actually taken?
All of its hull points.
All of its U points.
You said this place is actually starting to lose its life support, engineering in particular.
The engineering section. All right, let's see. The bottom starboard side, I think, down here. That the spot Adrian has drifted into, though he did not move his miniature.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that, sorry.
It got a big hole blown in it. Well, the damage it took, it damaged the engineering enough that there were some cracks and basically ruptured some seals, so the atmosphere was slowly leaking out. Just fast enough that the ship detected it and locked the place down. Yanni has basically patched the seals so that engineering is holding an atmosphere now.
Okay.
So, you're dealing with some control panels that are blown out from, shorts and stuff. Think a Star Trek, you've had a Star Trek ship battle, so a few panels have blown out and stuff like that you're having to find workarounds for. But,
Alright, I get an overall ship assessment. You said 0 hull points, understandable, but like systems and everything, what's all working on what is not.
yeah, once you get the once you get the full power turned back on and the power generator is working, maybe not at 100%, but with an hour or two's work, you can probably get this ship moving anyway. At least enough to follow the other pirate ships back to their base.
And I actually signal. Basically, I give over the comms. I give a rough estimate of the status of the ship itself, and I actually state that it is in fact salvageable.
Captain Varlas comes over the comm. That is excellent news. Does the captain know you by your real name?
No.
What alias were you using?
See, I believe it was Zed. Z-E-D-D.
Okay. Anyway, he comes over the comms. That's excellent news, Zed. We can tell it's damaged, so, if you need any supplies to get her up and running faster, just let us know. We'll see, And he basically sends you a list of what they've got, which is, they've got kind of your basic spare parts that you would carry around with you.
Extra axle, another wagon wheel.
Hell yeah.
Hydro spanners. All the hydro spanners you could ever want.
So much duct tape. And Gorilla Glue.
The space widgets.
Yeah. There's also doodads.
Epoxy glue.
What's that glue that you can slap on running water now?
Oh
Yeah.
god, flex tape.
They have all the flex tape.
Poof.
Yeah.
Well, it's the future. You got, flex tape and duct tape, and they had a baby. This is what you got.
Nice.
Duct tape.
Dex tape.
I'm into it.
And essentially, I just kind of look around and go, some people went to, thinking to myself, some people went through the years of college and cutting knowledge to develop machinery. I went to the bodging school, which just means I solve problems through brute force and raw ignorance. Now, considering mechanics is actually a wisdom skill, so that actually works. But anyway, I'll take a 20 on a mechanics check, just go a good thorough check over the ship. Visualizing, exactly what we need to get this thing running again.
Okay. You start running diagnostics, the blown out panels, you got the information that comes up there, you got those rerouted to another panel, and you're just kind of having to tab between the two.
And, can I detect the ship's black box, perchance?
You would probably have to access the computers in the cockpit for that.
Okay.
That is both where it would likely be located and probably where the only access to it was. Well, where you could physically access it. You probably can't access the black box via the computer. It probably just records what goes on.
Alright.
It's not going to be an easy thing to go in hack it or something.
I'm just essentially trying to get its navigation data. That's probably a better thing, but I'm actually also trying to.
Okay. Well, this will take you an hour or two, like I said, to do the repair. So you'll have time to wander around the ship and do all of this. Once they resolve the thing with the remaining pirate.
Gotcha.
All right. So back up with Cat. Francis would rather Flush has got an airlock, given his druthers, but yeah, he's not gonna cause a problem.
Yeah.
Jade's pretty indifferent.
Okay. She'll walk the guy to the escape pod.
Okay. He's keeping his gun on the hostage at the moment.
She'll kind of stop, not like right here. Be like, okay, we're at the escape pod.
Okay.
Give me the guy. You go free. And text to something she'd maybe have. If someone could be nearish to in case shit goes pear shaped.
There's a Yanni still on her head.
Somebody that could actually apply force to this guy if need be.
Alright.
Just
There's
in
a
case he
Yanni
tries
still
to
on
do
your head.
something.
He basically pulls the VIP into this little notch right here. I mean, keeping the VIP kind of between him and you as he starts to load himself into the escape pod. But prior to that,
Just in case he
give me
gets
a
any.
perception check.
Just in case he gets any ideas, she is going to try and grab the VIP if he tries to drag her in or drag him in.
Give me a moment. Because there's a Yanni too.
Yanni notices something that seems to pass by everybody else. Basically, as this guy is passing Jaden Francis, he kind of looks over at him. I mean, he had heard Cat talking, so he knew there was somebody there. But for some reason, he still looks extremely startled when he sees him.
Mm-hmm.
Yanni notices his eyes get wide, and then he just sort of snaps kind of snaps back around and mumbles something under his breath.
That would send a message to Cat. Basically along the lines of, so he seems surprised to see Francis and Jade.
Noted.
So anyway, he gets here.
Do you want me to catch the escape pod? I'm still out here.
Catch it with what? Your hands? Hold on.
Well, it's kind of football shaped, but of course Adrian's the
Go
nerd.
along.
Adrian's a nerd, so I don't know how well he'd catch a football.
I'm also riding in the ship. I could just crash into it.
We've also got like 5 gunships out there. Just let's calm down. We can call in a flavor with Staska.
But he doesn't try to take he does not try to take the VIP. He just climbs into the escape pod. Closes it up. You're guessing bypasses the usual checks. He seems to be in a hurry.
It's your funeral.
Understandable. We didn't check him either, so.
And then the escape pod drops down into the little area. And you seals up. You kind of hear the, and the the little shudder of the ship as the pod escapes out.
And then
yeah, I was gonna say she gets on the comp. She has the VIP, and we're sure this is the VIP. I mean, we saw the picture and everything.
Sure.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they showed you a picture. I think I mentioned it last time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this guy is the VIP. I'm just rolling something to see numbers. Against her better judgment, Kat will come over because she's playing pirate right now. She'll come over the comms and be like, "Last one's in a escape tube. You guys do what you want to do with them."
Well, that sounds like you were planning to kill him from jump.
Well, she knows that if
the player called the DM's bluff. The DM will remember this.
No, but she knows that even if she says don't shoot, they're probably gonna shoot. She's hoping they don't shoot, but
they're probably going to shoot.
Does do Adrian and I see a light show?
You, from outside where you're kind of patrolling around, you immediately see Staska's fighter kind of veer off.
he cooperated. He was compliant. It's one guy. And we're in the middle of nowhere.
Staska flies back sadly.
Nowhere. That means no.
Varlas comes over the radio. Don't be a softy. Yes, this far out, unless he triggered his distress call, yeah, he would probably die before he ever saw anybody. But there's no reason to leave loose ends like that. Staska, be a dear. And then Armado, you see fireworks.
See a light show. Bum, 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 bum. He's not even. It's like seeing explosions off on the side and just like, whatever. Still.
Staska comes over the radio. He began broadcasting something as soon as he left the ship. It's encrypted. I'll need some time to sort it out.
I'm sure a couple of our guys can help
Say,
you out with that.
for the first time, Adrian comes over the comms like, then send me the signal. Let me take a look at it.
There's a brief pause.
Cat'll come over the comms. That's our tech guy. He's good.
And then Statsa comes back on. Very well, sending you the information.
He was like, "What the fuck is that?"
If you ask him very nicely, he might change your ship name back for giving him the information.
Oh, he's changing my ship name back.
That's between you two, and she's gonna go look at she's gonna look at the VIP and be like,
He's changing,
okay.
He's changing the name back before he touched Sasha.
I forget what he actually had the thing named.
I don't know if you ever mentioned it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And Cat will look at the VIP and be like, you good? Is there anyone else here that we need to know about, or is it just you?
There were some other people in the cell, closet, whatever it was.
Okay, is Hull still there? Did he come back to where he was?
Hull is still in engineering working.
Okay, she's gonna be like, oh,
On it.
no, just watch this dude for me. Just watch this dude for me. Looks at the VIP.
Oh,
Listen to this guy. He's gonna keep you alive.
Oh, okay.
Remember, it's Zed.
Zed Hall.
So the researcher basically, I guess I can delete that guy. So yeah, the VIP basically steps into engineering, and he's just kind of standing in the corner, not touching anything.
We'll get you off the ship in a few. I'm just gonna go look at your buddies, and walks back towards where everyone else was.
He seems to be as scared of you as he was of the guy with the gun to his head.
That's fair.
Fair.
That's fair. After the most depressing patrol route ever, Aramonto will eventually attach back to the ship.
Have you been keeping the diced body next to you the entire time, or were you trying to flush it out into space? Or?
I just left it. I left it there.
Oh, that's even worse.
I'm not. There's. You know when you get really mad and you're just like, I'm just gonna fucking take a drive. You're just focusing on the road.
And you realize, oh, there's a dead body next to me.
It'll process as soon as everything attaches back.
After the ventriloquist act.
Exactly.
No. You gather up all the other bodies. You'll forget about this diced up guy. The next day, you're like, I keep catching a whiff of something. Have we got a dead mouse somewhere? Check the mouse traps.
So everything attaches back in.
Space mice.
The door opens up on the back, and then he looks, and then he remembers the gobbets of Pilot on the side of him, and he looks at it and just like shakes his head, gets up and walks out.
Alas, poor unnamed pilot. We barely knew you.
His name is now Horatio. I knew him.
Just be like,
Well, it was Yorick that he knew. It was alas, poor Yorick. It was Horatio the guy was talking to about poor Yorick.
Shakespeare sucks, okay?
Just because the man couldn't spell his name consistently.
I mean that, but also... Oh, I'm not going to get into this rant during Espergenesis.
No, this is the exact place to have a rant about Shakespeare. It's a great place to have a rant about an Elizabeth.
Who doesn't like Romeo and Juliet?
I don't. I don't like it.
I hated it in high school. I met a kid. My late 30s, I guess, is when I ran into this guy. Mm-hmm. And he told me something about Romeo and Juliet, or his theory of Romeo and Juliet, that changed my mind about the entire play. It's a comedy. It's old folks griping and making fun of teenagers. When I thought about it like that, I looked back over the play and I thought it makes a whole lot more sense to me now.
Shakespeare's not that innovative. Wasn't that innovative?
Anyway.
Yep.
All right. So you spend the next hour or so dumping bodies out of airlock, stripping bodies of any useful,
Goods.
which granted, I think you had already searched most of them bodies, but
Yeah.
maybe you extract the usable organs. I don't know how far pirating goes.
Cat
Oh,
was
this guy's
like,
got some good kidneys. He must not have drunk. He must not have been a heavy drinker. Put these on ice.
These are going to be mine next week.
pirating, not black market.
It's all the same thing.
We don't have enough ice and coolers for this.
You
Or
have got
we-
an entire area over here open to the vacuum of space. It's plenty cold.
I was gonna say the vacuum space is pretty damn cold.
I think the vacuum of space might damage it a little too much. Just putting that out there.
Put it in a paper sack. It'll be fine.
Freezer burn.
Ziploc bag.
Let's say
Freezer
while all these shenanigans are happening, Adrian would be going over that data while just essentially chilling, floating in the middle of that cargo room, so no one will bother him.
Someone walks by, looks in the door like, eh.
Now he's got the big emergency door seals over it right now. So
Eventually someone's just like, anyone seen Adrian? Did he go back to the ship?
all right.
He's probably floating.
So over
How
the
do you
course
know?
of the next hour or so, Adrian is working on the data, or trying to unencrypt the broadcast. Hull is getting the ship up and running. So as the rest of y'all are throwing bodies off, all the lighting comes back on.
Woo!
We can see.
Also, I
We
found
can fight!
Also, I found the dance party option at a disco ball.
Stop wasting power.
Is it
Pirate
really
ship
wasting
raid.
power though?
Stop it.
In that time, Patrick, you also
No
managed
sandstorm.
to extract the black box. You can tell it's been modified, where it has got a feature to let it be easily reformatted. Because it's a virus.
Essentially, basically, if someone tried to board the ship, they could immediately.
Right.
Oh, we weren't there.
Man, we needed that.
So you'll have to examine it and see if they actually triggered that or not. It'll take you'll probably have to get it back to the Roustabout to use your full range of equipment to access it. Because it's a black box. It's not built to be particularly easy to access.
Just give me a little bit of time.
But so y'all return to the ship.
How many other people were there on this ship? Or was it just the VIP?
Oh, that's right. Dealing with the. There are 3 other individuals that were in the secure storage area.
I'm sure Cat coming around the corner with like a gun, like, what's up?
A gun, a
Just
mask.
It's
A gun, a mask.
It is a man, a woman, and a child.
Ugh. She's like, oh,
At
hi.
least unmasked. Jesus.
No, not with the information she got recently. No, the mask stays on.
Yeah,
Glued to her
Adrian's
face.
has been staying on too.
Hey guys, could you come with me? Just stand in the airlock.
She does put little like happy carrots on her little like LED readouts. Like, hi,
Oh God, did they do
here to
that?
rescue you. They do emojis. If you've ever seen Wrench's mask from
Yes,
Watch Dogs, it's that kind of like that.
Yes.
She's
The-
like-
the man speaks up. Are you here to save us, or
Why were you? What happened to get you here with these guys to begin with? I mean, I'm not going to hurt you. I can guarantee you that I'm not going to hurt you. None of my crew's going to hurt you.
I don't know.
Are you
they
guys
just-
okay?
Yes, they haven't hurt us yet.
I'm not here to hurt you anymore.
They were taking us back to their base of operation.
Because you wanted to go, or because
oh no,
they
no,
wanted you
took
to
us,
go?
They took us from our home.
Oh, where's your home?
He names off some planet.
Okay.
It is not the same place they grabbed the VIP, but it's relatively close by.
Kind of nods. I mean,
Okay, I'm not
I'm-
there, so I can't ask questions.
What was that, Patrick?
I'm not there, so I can't ask questions. So.
it's like let's get you out of here. We'll get you to the galley. I'm sure they've got some food. Get you sat down. We're gonna figure this out. She'll come over the walkie or the comm. Dad, could you bring the VIP to the galley too? We'll just kind of keep everyone in one location.
Okay.
I'm busy. Y'all can do that.
Where are you exactly? I've walked around this entire. Where are you?
On the ship.
Would she know about his spacewalk ability?
I don't know. Has he told you her about it?
He has mentioned it to their crew, to our crew anyway, once or twice, but he hasn't called any attention to it.
When he says on the ship, she just kind of like gets a squinty-eyed look, like, I'm going to ask about this later, but just kind of escorting the little family out.
Question: how many people can you actually carry? Can you carry people when you spacewalk?
Up to 10 people.
How about discreetly leave the ship and board ours?
Considering the other ships are probably within visual range,
They're pretty close.
He can obfuscate
only 2 people.
only 2.
And I have used both of my power slots for the next
Well,
hour,
y'all are free to return. You know, obviously somebody's got to stay on here to pilot the thing. But other than that,
Yeah.
you're free to return to your ship now if you want to.
Make sure the other 2 guys we have with us, the gunners, remain in their gunner seats.
Because keep in mind, on the starboard airlock over here, is you have basically got like an umbilical kind of thing attaching it to the roustabout right now. That's how you boarded the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Other option. We find some, let's say, any cargo containers we can hide them in. Basically say, hey, we found this, we're claiming it. Essentially, like we're bringing supplies or other stuff back on.
There are certainly cargo containers on the ship large enough to hide people in, yeah.
Basically, anything to keep them hidden from our associates.
Well, the umbilical cord, they can't see what's walking over there, can they?
No.
I was just more concerned if they happen to be like, they run into us while we're escorting family in.
The trick is, on the
Telegun.
roustabout, you have got those 2 Bachorta
The gunners.
gunners.
Yeah.
Now, presumably, they are manning their posts. Which would be... Let me take a quick look at the roustabout's map.
Let's say where their posts are if they're stuck in the gunner seats.
They're not even on the same floor as
Yeah.
like the main living areas.
So you could, you know...
Yeah. And I do want to say, while we're all gone off the ship, Adrian's system locked down that room. So they can't leave the room until we come back. Unless somebody else hacks into the ship.
Man, you get back and they've both really got to pee.
He doesn't care.
Gone before we left.
Alright. So, you go through the...
Here you go. Why do you have a bottle of Pine Sol? It's not.
But yeah, y'all could easily move them unseen from the pirate ship's airlock onto the
Roustabout.
starboard. Trying to see exactly how the starboard cargo bay, or the starboard cargo bay door. Because hang on now, where are the gunners located at? Cause
They're not on the same floor. I think it has like how this one has like the turret access on it. I think it has something similar to that on the Roustabout.
There's a separate floor that has the defense systems, if I remember the map correctly.
yes, but that also has the port and starboard cargo doors.
Yeah, but they can't open them.
Okay, I see what I've done here. The umbilical cord would be hooked to one of the airlocks, not one of the big cargo doors. So yeah, they're on a lower level where you'd be putting these guys in on kind of the top floor.
Yeah. We're all in agreement to put them on here.
Sure.
There's a message that comes over their personal comms, not the group, the one that's open to the pirates, says, I've also locked our guests in the defense systems, so they can't leave that room. And if they start fiddling with the defense systems in retaliation to that, I can lock them out of that too.
I'm not so much concerned about that as we now have 3 civilians, a child, going back to a station full of pirates.
So we just keep them on the ship. I didn't plan on leaving the vessel anyway.
It just feels dangerous.
I can take them with me. I'll kill any of them.
No, you're not.
Oh, no one's killing anyone right now. Let's just get that. Yeah, let's call. We've done enough. We've had enough murder for the day, guys.
We've reached the quota. You gotta throw them back now.
You can do maiming, but no murdering.
There's gonna be so much murder.
Just like, looks at the family. Look, we're not really in a place that's family friendly that we're going back to. We can keep you on our ship, and as soon as we finish what we're doing here, we can get you somewhere that's going to be a little bit more family friendly than a pirate station.
Okay, give me a persuasion roll. See how convinced he is.
Ooh.
Give me a second.
We'll go grab a drink while you're doing that. I'll be right back.
Because I got to figure out where my roll 20. There it is. That's good. I'm glad those numbers are that direction.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Alright. Okay. He
got
believes your
some
good
food.
intentions and does not pick up on the fact that you're not super confident about what you're doing.
That's how she captains her ship. She's not super confident about any of this.
Where if he had beaten you, he would still believe you because you are actually being sincere. He would just know that you're sitting there going, oh my god, I don't know how this is going to work out. So you've actually successfully reassured the family to some degree.
It's like, we've got food back there.
They don't know
I'll
why
let
you're working
our
with
pilot
pirates and willing to help them, but they're going to take the help.
I'll let our pilot know you're coming back over. He'll get you set up with some food. We'll get you put away somewhere. It's probably going to have to be a little bit hidden just because of this current situation, but we'll get you.
whatever we need to do. You know, we just want to go home. If you're going to help us do that, we'll cooperate however we can.
I will get you as close to home as I can, or on a station that's going to be good, good for your future, and not the station we're going back.
All right. So you get them across onto the roustabout.
She'll tell Midge.
Midge
Like
meets him at the airlock in his big sunglasses.
Did he find a floofy pirate shirt yet?
Not yet. He runs them to the lift, which is pretty close to the airlock, and up into your galley, which is kind of on an upper level.
She tells him, like, I'll let you know if we need to have them move somewhere else. I don't think they're going to try anything. Just kind of keep an eye on them.
Will do. And he tells, up on the galley, there's plenty of little, you got the lift that you duck into. You got a couple of little closets and storage areas.
Imagine it has, like, the little, like, hidey hole, kind of like the Firefly did.
Yeah, it's got a little closet here, and it's got what I assume is like the cold storage. The refrigeration. They could duck into the walk-in fridge if they had to.
Yeah, we'd be able to hide them somewhere if we needed to. All right.
So some of you go back to the roustabout, presumably. And some of you stay on board this ship. You've got Jim, or Midge, flying the roustabout. Presumably, Aramanto will stay piloting this ship to follow the Eternal Voyager.
Yeah, I'll fly this one. I'll even let them know. I got this ship under control. I'll take it back with y'all. I'm letting the captain of the pirates know.
Yeah, Captain Varlas.
Yeah, Captain Varlas.
Yeah, very good.
I used to be pretty good at this when I was younger.
So all the ships kind of form up around the damaged one.
Then when we put the VIP back on the roustabout.
Separate from the family.
Yeah, absolutely. Before they put him back on the roustabout, Kat would kind of ask, like, why would someone be interested in you? Are you, like, a scientist?
Yes, I'm a researcher.
On what? I mean, it seems kind of weird that a group like this would want a researcher.
If they make designer drugs, they'd want one.
I mean, you don't have to get super specific.
Roll me
medical.
a persuasion, because he's looking at you as just you're more pirate kidnappers. He doesn't know if he's in a better situation now or not.
Fair. Kat's not sure about that either.
Though he probably would have been in the galley while you were talking to the family at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, because we kind of moved them all to the galley. I'm assuming, like, got him some food or something.
Oh, she escaped baby jail.
Yeah. The pork chop.
Yes.
Food.
So, that was almost the opposite of your last persuasion check.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot.
So, basically, you don't get much information out of him. He's being a little tight-lipped. He does admit that, yeah, he's a researcher, studies advanced technologies.
Mom, it's a cord. Mom, it's a cord. Mom.
Pay attention to me.
But other than that, yeah, presumably the Scarlet Dust wanted him for something tech related.
Okay.
And maybe Veracast does too, or irregardless of his job, maybe he's got rich friends or family that they think they could all,
Yeah.
Make a quick buck.
The only thing that would be odd about the a typical ransom scenario is how far out of the Scarlet Dust Pirates' usual territory they ventured out to get this guy.
Yeah. She'll pass on to the tech guys, like, hey, he's some kind of tech researcher. If you feel comfortable letting him help work on stuff, maybe, that might help him relax, loosen up some words. I just want to see who we're handing over.
Do you want me to let the gunners out of jail yet?
Hell no. Not until they're
Alright.
asked.
They're stuck in there.
I mean, if you want to ask the, if you do let them out, just make sure they don't go to the galley or anything. Or if they are, just make sure all parties are kept separate.
There's 2 assault drones in my room, if you need them.
All right. So it takes you a
Because
couple of
that's a
days.
thing.
It takes you a couple of days to get to the pirate base.
Okay.
At some point, they are going to leave their posts and want to eat.
Okay.
We could always kind of put the family in one of the crew rooms.
Yeah, but basically we can just...
Rotate them.
Yeah. Anytime that they need to leave to eat something or do something, we can just put the family in one of the crew rooms, then he'll let them out.
Say musical.
Adrian probably is just gonna, because he has some rations on him. He's probably just gonna stay in his spot in the
Pirated.
exposed cargo hold.
I was about
All right,
to ask
Patrick, what was that?
I keep trying to say this. Can you bring up the Roustabout so we can actually look at a place to actually hide them?
I suppose that's a reasonable enough request.
Let's
Let's see. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
What is going on with my camera?
Oh, it looks fine over here.
Yeah, because you can't see anything.
All right,
There
so
we
there's y'all's map of the Roustabout.
a weird reverb there. Where would be a good place to hide? And the gunnery stations, they are located.
Defense system, lower levels.
Yeah.
I see it there.
I mean, if all else fails, we could keep some people over on the other ship, and they could be in one of the crew quarters.
Well, you've got crew quarters here that you shut the door and lock it. Your gunners basically have either sleeping bags or hammocks they hang up in one of the storage spots. They don't get a room. Your VIP would be basically using Jim's room. Since under normal circumstances, Jim uses the holding cell as his room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Cat will volunteer to stay on the other ship just so they have bodies over there if need be.
Let's see. You've
Well,
got the workshop areas. You've got.
Let's say Adrian is, because he has ration stuff with him, and I mean, who cares about going to the bathroom in space? He's going to stay in that exposed cargo hold area since he highly doubts anybody's going to bother him in there, and he's just going to make sure to use atmospheric adaptation before the 24 hours wears off. He'll just keep himself in there and just eat his rations.
Okay.
So his room, which is this one right here next to the workshop, is pretty much free.
Yeah.
So we can sort of stash him.
Okay.
And
In there with the assault droids. It'll be fine.
Actually, that's part of the reason why, because if they come bargaining like, ooh, free people, assault droids.
Okay, little child, do not be concerned about the giant killer robots in the corner. They won't give you nightmares at all.
They're
Don't worry.
They're guarding you.
don't worry.
Put a fun party hat on them.
Doggo.
There's also a deactivated dog.
Yeah.
That's chilling in there too.
What
But deactivated dog is in this little closet area.
thing here? That was Okay, and actually did not. There we go. That 15 plus my mechanic, so 21. I jerry rig up a usable, basically like a usable toilet, like a camp toilet in there. This way they don't actually have to leave the bedroom.
Something a little bit better than just a bucket.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like one of those camp toilets, more or less.
They can come out every now and then to go to the bathroom
In case the
in case they have to be on lockdown.
yes.
Okay.
It's just one of those they got to check to see where your guest gunners are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bathrooms, if they cut through this other bedroom, that's just bathroom's just right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
As far as the actual facilities, now the shower and stuff is elsewhere, but they can go a couple of days without a shower, even if it smells like they already have.
I was gonna say, the pirates or the hostages?
Yes.
It's a definite just yes.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right. Let's see here. As I switch over to the new overlay. So, dear, much beloved family member of hers. No, don't shoot her. No, this was no. The cousin in question was actually one you were kind of tight with growing up. Well, now keep in mind, I don't think your family knows what happened to you. You just went out looking for this guy and disappeared. As far as they're concerned. Oh, I was under the impression they had sent you out to find. Okay. 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 Yeah, that changes the cousin's backstory slightly, but nothing insurmountable. Or does he just tell people that? It's revenge. Alright. Give me just a second. I switched to the new overlay, so I gotta get your names slapped up there. Basically, I'm setting up an overlay for, when we're using the map and then when we're not using the map. Or the sister. The sisters would also be confused by this. Alright, now there's Adrian. Silly Adrian being at the top just because it's alphabetical. Oh no, what viciousness are you thinking about taking? What's that? There's less bookkeeping. Alright. Alright, we should be good to go. So you spend a couple of days traveling through what appears to be empty space. Finally, you enter a star system. It has a very small, I believe it was a white dwarf. Let's see. Yeah. You start getting your not paladin auras. So yeah. So y'all roll into this system. It has a white dwarf star, which means it was a small star to begin with, so it never really developed. It would likely never have developed habitable worlds. It's only got one or two gas giants and a couple of kind of rocky worlds that are up pretty close to the star. There is, however, an asteroid field, and that's where y'all go. Or an asteroid belt, I should say. They zoom in on a fairly large asteroid. You know, it's probably 100 miles across or so. You follow them down and around, and they kind of, where there's like a big kind of natural notch, basically, in it. When you fly down in there, you see there's a hangar bay kind of built into the side. Jim is super excited when he sees it. It is the classic pirate asteroid base. Jim is having a lot of fun. Yeah. How much did she tell him about the family? Alright, as you eventually walk away, Cat, give me a insight roll. That's true. Hull is actually a pretty good guy. His people are chasing him. You know, they created him, and then as soon as he found out they were D-bags, he split, and they're after him. Poor Patrick's sitting there feeling insulted. What? Hull is a saint! Yeah, that's true. You know, he is probably a criminal just based on what they had him, you know, the kind of research they had him doing without even realizing it. But anyway, I need a insight roll out of Cat. Okay. Forget I said anything. Nothing occurs to you. You don't think about anything. Alright. So let's see. Actually, Armato, go ahead and give me one. Yeah, difficulty but a little higher. That's really good. All right, no, you're too. Armato is still too busy mulling over the stuff. You know, what's been bothering you? What Cat just said. And echoing from engineering, you still hear Hull. I'm a saint. From now on, I'm Hill. All right. Anyway, a few days later, Captain Varus. Oh wait, no, I had already described the station to you. Never mind. You fly in, you dock. It's quite a large docking bay. It easily fits all 3 ships. It is. Adrian and Hull, you both look at it and in some ways wonder wonder why they wouldn't have broke it up into smaller ones. Just so, being one, a couple of missiles or something could potentially wreck the whole thing. But let's see. Who handles the scanners on the ship? Who does the scans? Okay. That is computer use. Okay. You scan the asteroids you're coming up on it. And there's nothing particularly unusual about it at first. I mean, it's rocky, there's lots of iron, typical. What you do notice is the materials, the exact composition does not really match the other surrounding asteroids. Implying to you that this one was literally hauled here. So this may have been a mining operation somewhere else. It may have been something the pirates found somewhere and moved here to use. It's not a difference that's like visually noticeable. It's only the fact that you were scanning as you came in that you picked up on it. Adrian, you have spent those days working on the black box. Oh, right. It was actually the message I meant to talk about, not the black box. Though you could... Yeah, you and Hull could easily have been working on both of those. Alright. So give me a computer use roll for the message. Yeah, I guess he would have advantage of that. Go ahead and give another roll. I mean, an 18 is good enough, so it's... Alright. So you do manage to decipher the message. You work on it for a little bit, and you and Hull come up with a kind of an algorithm for the computer to kind of run to eventually crack it. So... The same day that you're arriving at the pirate station, it finally decodes. It was a hurried message from that last pirate. It was beamed more or less directly to the nearest crucible to be relayed somewhere else. I mean, you've got the coordinates where, but it's one of those things you figure it's the same kind of Dropbox-esque stuff that you do with that one linguist professor. It's probably going to a contact who won't decipher it, who will just take it and ship it off somewhere else. The message's contents, though, are somewhat alarming. Or at least they will be for a couple members of your crew. He is sending a message to one of his superiors telling them to send this all the way up the chain. He's found them, the guys that burned down the warehouse. The way he talks, he is like the only survivor from that warehouse. Or it was the only survivor from that warehouse. So while he doesn't know their names, he sent, he had spotted them. He sent them. He had a device on him, recording what he had. Basically, a cybernetic implant where he could record what he sees. Maybe a replacement eye from some damage he took at the warehouse. Who knows? And of course, it is up to you and Hull whether or not you share this with Jade and Francis. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just like if they found out Kat's family had found you and were, looking for you, that you'd want them to tell you. Adrian just has people prioritized. There's him and Kat. There's the rest of the crew. And there's, miscellaneous innocent... Yeah. Miscellaneous innocent people. That's miscellaneous, And then somewhere down at the bottom is people that have pissed him off. They're on with the rest of the crew. I have cat and dog. I was going to say, they both get caught in an explosion. He just puts the remaining pieces together and you have cat dog. You put it out there and then it came back to you. Alright. So you dock, everybody starts unloading. As y'all unload off the ship, you see Staska has climbed out of his fighter, and he's doing a lot of stretches and kind of the old man, because he has been in a fighter for a couple of days now. No, he has one of those like old-fashioned scarves the aviators used to wear. Yes, he is. And you're only moderately interesting. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation. All right. Nah, kind of generic trade goods. If you were, if you were on a regular station, it's crap you could sell. But a lot of it's food stuffs and stuff the pirates will probably just keep and use. And not that we're likely to need him today, but I just want to show I have created a token for Stazka. It was a fighter for giants. Which was actually a campaign I ran one time. I ran a little sci-fi anime campaign one time that was, it was a giant mecha thing. But their Gundam level stuff was actually just powered armor from a race of giants that they had reverse engineered. Anyway, so you unload into this cargo bay, or not cargo bay, but this hangar bay. Your gunners seem to be glad to get off your ship. They are so sick of having to ask you to lock or ask you to unlock doors, and Captain Varlas kind of tells them, lighten up. They don't know us yet. They don't trust it. There's not 100% trust yet. Calm down. He tells you you're in luck. Today you'll be meeting Vercast himself. He tells you when you meet Vercast, though, keep your heads down. Do not look directly at him. Until he speaks to you directly, at which point make eye contact and do not look away from him until he stops talking to you. As soon as he starts talking to somebody else, lower your head again. Everybody roll me insight. If he can overhear this, though, Alright, so... Okay. And what did you get, Deca? Okay. You are convinced of everything. You're taking note of what the captain says. You're thinking this must be some this Veracast guy must be some kind of nut, but all the rest of you realize pretty quickly that the captain is pulling your leg. His first mate is doing an excellent job of keeping a straight face while he does it. The captain's like, what? No, that would be sexist. Vercast is many things. And then he just kind of breaks down laughing. No. Just, be respectful when you speak to him. We're pirates. We're not real hung up on formalities. He goes, it's actually kind of odd. Someone should have met us down here by now. Well, none of the other ships are here, so, it's possible we've been out of communication for a little bit, for a couple of days. Going and coming from the base, we tend not to send direct communications, as not to let anybody, not to give anybody methods to track it down. But even if all the ships are off making a run, there's still right, there's basically a crew for the base. Some of the men are married and their families or their wives would be here, that sort of thing. Speaking of hacking into that, I forgot to tell you, not that it's terribly, terribly important, but you didn't have much trouble getting into the black box. It had been reformatted not too long ago, but it did have the coordinates for the planet they found the VIP on, the planet they got the family from, the other couple little stations that's hit along the way, The current run they were on was still all stored on there. So, week and a half of hopping around, They unfortunately did not live in a system that had a crucible. All right. All right. What are you using to get into the system? Okay. Using Black Hat. I'm going to say that you are aware that you have bypassed a system lock. But it's not it's nothing super high level. I mean, your Black Hat gets through it, of course. But. Yeah. All right, so that gives you, and Black Hat gives you advantage. So that's the 22. But something you might have to look up at some point. Alright, so you successfully get into the system. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to access station logs, the security system? Checking the logs. The Eternal Voyager, and let's see. What would Stazka's ship have been called? Yes, but that would not be what this station had it logged as when it left. I was actually trying to think of like a feminine form of Stazka. He talks about himself in the third person. Yes, he's pretty full of himself. So anyway, Stazkana. It's the Stazkana. So they're the last ships logged to have left. After they left, there is one more ship that logged in as having arrived. There's no record of it leaving, but you did not see it in the hangar bay. These guys do look, just based on looking at their records, they do seem to be pretty well organized. There is like a dock master that's in charge, obviously one of the station staff that's here all the time that's in charge of keeping up with all that stuff. Okay. I didn't. I have not assigned it a name. It's He's like, no. Our dock master's named Penn, and he is very particular about his records. Well, yeah, he'd be down as the dock master. It's his login that has put most of the information in. Occasionally with somebody else that probably a subordinate. No, we counted up. We had guys. This guy's very proper. No, we had a security force on. We had a base security force. I mean, it was 5 or 6 guys. There should be a couple of them at all times. We had sent the signal that we were coming. Once we entered the system. So even if Primus Veracast did not come down himself, one of his lieutenants should have been here to meet us. No. The closest we have to that is the teasing I do about how you have to act around Veracast. He makes a little hand gesture, and all of his men kind of, they don't, pull their guns out on alert, but they draw them all, and it's kind of like, because it's, let's see, it's Stazka, it's him, it's the captain, It's the captain's three. Lachorta. I keep blanking on that race's name. You know, his three crewmen. You know, basically y'all's guest gunners, and the guy Aramato danced with, as well as the VIP. The captain's still looking around. Of course, somebody. You've proven yourself capable. Yes, it's probably a good idea. Magfug, take our guest to the holding cell on my ship. And one of his guys turns around and kind of gestures for the VIP. You know, doesn't snatch him, doesn't, yeah, in a fairly professional manner. And the VIP is not resisting, or, he has thus far not been treated poorly. All right. And your entire crew unloaded. Varlas was quite firm that Veracast would want to meet everybody. Yeah, Varlas, too many names to keep up with. Yeah, he'd been quite insistent that everybody came to meet Veracast. So Adrian, Midge. I assume most of you were probably giving. What was Arden's last name? Sterling, that's right. I knew you had come up with it. Yes, let's venture further in. But he gives a little start. I would save those Esper abilities in case there is something seriously wrong. And the gun the captain has pulled is a very ornate pistol. Almost what now? Yeah, that's a fair. Because he's got the puffy shirt and And while this gun does not have the super wide barrel of an actual flintlock kind of pistol, it's got that kind of flow, curved shape to it. Then he's got a corner hat with a little feather. Staska's outfit is, let's see. Actually, Staska's in a kind of a flight suit. It looks well made. It looks very military, just without any, there's no medals or anything identifying as being part of any kind of government or armed forces. But it's got kind of that military too, No. He has a very dignified kind of military look to him. No. Captain Varlas would be the guy that you were going to compare somebody to Liberace. I mean, assuming Liberace was more into the ladies. Which rumor has it he wasn't. Alright. You continue to march through a apparently empty base. The captain and the rest of the crew seem to get more jittery, a little more tense the longer y'all go in silence. The air isn't stale, but you don't hear any of the ventilation system going. All right, what were you asking, Patrick? Okay. The computer system on the base has been system locked. With an Esper ability. Veracast himself is an Esper. Other than that, though, he was the only Esper that we had, and he has not shared with me the full level of his full capabilities. But he is not generally the computer guy. Mm-hmm. Any of the pirates we've hit? Yeah. And as far as your question, as far as Adrian's question on not using ventilation, he's like, no, we keep the ventilation, the atmospheric controls, of course, are going all the time. No, I haven't heard him or felt anything walking by the vents either. Now, gravity and heat seem to be fine. And like I said, the air hasn't started getting stuffy yet, so it can't have been off all that long. It arrived like 4 days before you. I'm not sure that was a voice I recognized. All right. Varlas is like, if there was some sort of emergency and everyone had to load up and leave, then it's possible it wouldn't register in the system. I don't think the system does that automatically. I think Penn or one of his underlings had to do it manually. No, the captain's like, the station is actually, truthfully, seems to be a little better kept. It's like somebody's giving it a good straightening up. Oh, we've been in desperate need of it. Maybe Veracast finally listened to me about it. Habits like what? Several of the Primorians you run into when you research the, I guess you'd say the host they were in, it would be people that had disappeared at some point. But it was not usually big mass groups. It was, small, the crew of a small ship, things like that. And while this is not like a full-size space station, you're still talking probably 100 people or so, living here. Largely things we stole from other pirates. They look for, tech, easily moved goods, art, things like, paintings and whatnot that are small, relatively light, but very valuable. Truthfully, he's surprised by how much art and like historic artifacts they have gotten from the Scarlet Dust Pirates. Somebody in charge of those people are really into collecting that sort of thing. Not without obvious signs of a fight. I mean, any of these people could potentially have an Esper hired that could lock the station down once they were on board. Yeah. Yeah. So y'all check out a galley. You hit a few of the, what was that, Deca? Yeah, you check out a few of the living quarters. Everything seems to be empty. No, nothing looks like it's been searched. There is no food in the galley. There's no food in the living quarters. Right. Now, like in the living quarters, personal effects, personal data pads, a few books and one or two of them, pictures of families and friends, that kind of stuff is still sitting. You assume where it was sitting, sitting in places that make sense. Everything edible is gone. You don't see any people. You don't see any pets. You find in one of the living quarters, you find an empty aquarium with the little, the little air bubble thing is still going. No, it's got water. It's got water. The do. All right. You're like, hold on just a second. Summon giant robot. The next room, Yanni checks out. Everything's neat and tidy. Bed is made. In that room, you notice some not potted plants, but the empty pots that a plant would be in. It's an empty pot. The dirt is gone as well. Let's see. Go ahead and give me... Give me lore. Oh, lore is intelligence. Yeah, it's kind of a general knowledge, history. All right. All right, and is that 15? No, that 15 is something you rolled earlier, wasn't it, Eric? Okay, yeah. There's nothing necessarily that strikes you as this creepy. You have a AI race called the Kanashi that areas they take over, yeah, they tend to eject, organic life and, clear it out. You're not particularly close to any of their controlled space, though. You're actually quite a distance from any of their kind of control. Okay, give me a... Let's see... What would science basically be? We got... Oh, definitely intelligence. Let's see, we got xenobiology, which would be good for... If you were scanning for, something organic in the air. I guess give me either... xenobiology or I guess lore. Roll me investigation. Seems like you should have a more general science skill, but xenobiology is about it. That computers. Okay. So you're looking for anything weird in the air? You don't detect any unusual microorganisms. There are microorganisms in the air, though. Just nothing unusual. Let's see. The air quality is still good. Again, implying that the air flow has not been turned off for too long. I mean, it's a decent sized station. It would take a little while for the air to get stale if nobody was in here breathing it, using it up. Let's see. There's no nanites floating around in the air or anything, super hinky. There's some stuff that's been added to the air, clearly, kind of, not deodorant, but like fragrances, stuff they did to make the air smell a little fresher, maybe than station air naturally would be. Again, though, is nothing unusual. By this point, the Bachorta, the two Bachorta that are still with you, they are actually actively talking to each other back and forth in their native language. And every now and then making these little hand gestures that you're not familiar enough with their culture to know what they mean. But it strikes you as being done in kind of the same manner that a Catholic would cross themselves if something really freaked them out, or, if they were... you're taking it... This is a, relatively primitive species. You're taking this as every now and then they're making a little sign against evil or something. Yeah. That's what I meant when I brought Catholic, like, crossing themselves. But, the captain is I mean, he's looking he's looking a little freaked out too, but he's maintaining composure a little better. Finally, he goes, all right, enough of this. What was that? Oh. Eventually, the captain goes, all right, enough of this. Hopefully Veracast won't get angry with me sharing this, but there is a safe room that only he and we captains knew about. If anyone is still here, that is where they would be holed up. Follow me. And he... Ah, good. We knew getting some more espers would be useful. And you move very quickly and relatively quietly. He's got his crew still kind of popping doors open as you walk by, just to kind of make sure they're empty. You get back to a large storage area. There's actually not a whole lot stored here. That it's kind of a corridor, and the corridor ends, and it's possibly a natural cave, within this asteroid. And he goes to the far back wall. You see him kind of feel around for a minute. All right, it's the trigger is here somewhere. I haven't actually used it or been back to this door since Veracast originally. There it is. He does not actually activate it, but he's found the spot. All right. And he basically tells you, this little area here is the door. It's very well hidden. The door is very well hidden. But on the other side is a room about 50 feet by 50 feet. It's nearly a perfect square. There's bunks down one side. There is one little kind of closet-sized area that you assume is like the facility, the toilet, whatnot. There's a food dispensary thing over to one side that would probably produce paste, nutritious pastes, nothing you would want to be eating, but something, that they could store a lot of it in a small area and it would last for a long time. Yeah. There's also a weapons rack on one wall. There is one man in there. He is sitting in one of the back corners with a very large gun in his hand, just sitting on the floor, back against the wall, staring towards the door. He does not look like he's taken an advantage of the shower in a few days. Doesn't look like he's shaved or really kept himself up. He's kind of wide-eyed. Yes, ask who it is. And looking at him, you can clearly tell it's an Ashen Forge. That is probably Veracast. He was the only Ashen Forge we had. Veracast. Oh, I'm sorry, the captain is Varlas. He screams and kind of shoots in the general direction of. Did Yanni become visible, or is he just starts shooting in the general direction of the sound? I mean, just as soon as it starts talking, it's ah. And you have to repeat yourself before it really seems to get through to him. You do not. Wait, you said Varlas is out there? He'd have a ship. Prove it. Prove Varlas is out there. Watch your mouth. You probably startled him. It was a clip. It was a clip. It wasn't at the door. It was at wherever Yanni was located. Give him this code, and the captain recites a little code phrase. He's playing to his weaknesses. He's not a ladies' man. Yes. Send Varlas in first. Psst. The air. There's a little odor coming from, Veracast comes to the door. He's wide-eyed. He's a little frantic. But he looks around, he recognizes the captain, of course, and the Pachorta crewman. It's like, oh, thank the gods. Varlas, you have your ship. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here now. When I realized what we'd woken up, I ran for the safe room. Everyone else is gone? We should have left it alone. I sent Varlas out for the specialist. We should not have messed with it until he came back. I don't... It's not alive. Some kind of, let's see, what would he call it? Automaton, yeah. Yes, I think we thought it was an old artifact, from, something obviously advanced, but it... No, nothing I can access right now. I didn't dare bring a data pad in there. They might have detected it. It's the Kanashi. Yes, that was the thing that this kind of reminds you of, but this wasn't near their area. And he starts describing a device roughly... Think of a 7-foot tall egg, but not quite as fat at the bottom. Fatter at the bottom than at the top, but not quite as fat as like a chicken egg. Yeah. But it was some kind of like replication device. It started building other things using the supplies around it. Yes. It beelined for our ship, both to cut off escape and... Wait. If the ship's completely gone, though, maybe it used the engines to leave itself. Maybe it's not here. Maybe we're safe. Yeah, pretty sure he said it went after that ship first thing, or the stuff it was replicating and building. Nothing you've seen up to this point would have the Pomorian be involved with the Kanashi at all. That is what Veracast tells you he thinks it was. Yeah. So automatons, but self-aware. Yeah, the Kanashi are. Imagine Skynet in space. Imagine some culture, imagine some culture got taken out by a Skynet, and then it decides to start expanding throughout the universe. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it is the worst case scenario of AI. All right. Uh, Varlas tries to calm the ship, but he can't get a signal through. That is an Esper ability. You access uh, the ship via that method. Actually, let's see. Which I guess you're contacting Varlas' ship. Who's on the roustabout? Who's on the roustabout that you'd be talking to? Then? Mm-mm. Jim Midge was part of the crew and had to come. He's with you. It's just the family there. Which, I mean, you could have left you could access the comm unit or whatever in your room to. Okay, you could access it. You could access its cameras and sensors or something then. Okay. So you can use the roustabout's computers just like if you were sitting there. Gotcha. The roustabout has been. It is not damaged. It has been subjected to scans. It is detecting movement on its hull. Yeah, don't know that he could necessarily pilot it that way. Or use its guns. He could make the guns fire. Don't think he could really aim them worth a crap. And everybody stops. When everybody sees that tense motion, everybody kind of stops. Varlas is like, or Varlas rather, is like, quickly to the Eternal Voyager. I know things are tense. There is no need for. All of this is while you're running, Give me, because you have access to all the roustabout systems. And something is trying to access the system remotely, but not it's not having any luck. All right, give me a perception check. He is not a big man. Yeah. So yes, with an 18 and truthfully just your strength, you probably didn't even have to roll. Yeah, you just throw him over your shoulder. Oh, it's very nice. So, what you see, if you look on the, I think we still have the Roustabout's map up. Not that it's streaming, but what? Okay. Yeah, for some reason I'm not getting.
Is this
No one else is showing up.
Okay, I have switched over to the other scene I had set up in OBS. Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear on the Discord or on this.
All right.
Yeah.
What in the world did I do wrong with that other one? Then?
Oh no, that's like that's potentially the entire stream.
It's been about half of it. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not good. That's not good.
For us, what it is.
Hang on just a second. I'm going to switch back and see.
I'll spend the next 15 minutes doing that instead of
We're gonna spend the next 15 minutes freaking about this giant spider on the Roustabout. Okay, now I think we're not hearable when you switch to the forum.
Yeah, I can't figure out what it is. Image. I must have forgotten to put a source in.
See, Armand, so this is why he said, carry me. I've got shit to do.
Just leave it right here for now.
Yeah, that's what we're having.
Right here.
I'll get it sorted out by next time.
Yeah.
I just picture him like dramatically leaping in there, like just.
Because we're like literally turned around and like jumped to try to get on his shoulders.
Oh no, I picture you like jumping onto into my arms. Like it's almost like halfway romantic, and I'm just like, oh, and I put you on my shoulders, backpack carry you.
All right. So anyways, what
style.
you see crawling around on the Roustabout, on the Eternal Voyager, on Staska's
It's
spider,
on all of them.
are these mecha spider things?
There's
Oh,
one on each.
Are they all that big?
Oh no! I swallowed up that size just to let you see it good.
okay.
Okay. I was about to go. Those are some big spitters.
Less concerning. Still concerning. Less concerning.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, they are, however, large creatures.
Okay.
They're still bigger than
Still
us.
big boys, but
big.
not big boys.
Yeah.
Is there like a lot of them, or is it like? Oh shit!
So that's the size of them compared to, say, a person.
I'm still uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I can kill it.
Then let's don't get cocky.
I can kill it.
On
Not
the,
with Adrian in
about
my
to say,
arms.
about to say, on the plus side, that leaves us with like 5 people from this pirate crew that needs to die.
We'll use them as shields, and then we have our own pirate base.
Yeah,
Tough talk,
basically.
tough talk for someone who's not in control of their own body right now.
Just yeet Adrian at them,
Whoosh!
But
swing him around. He's a melee weapon now.
there's like 8 of them roaming around the roaming around on the various ships. They're already taking Staska's fighter apart.
Oh,
No, not Saskana.
Staska!
The
Okay.
the Eternal Voyager, they don't. There's one perched on it, but it does not seem to be. It doesn't. It's not visually doing anything as of yet.
Okay.
One on ours.
And there's a couple crawling around on the Roustabout. Not physically doing anything to it, but you know from being inside the system that it's trying to gain access, but your system lock is keeping it out as of right now.
Which is why he is now mentally in there to fight it if it does get through that.
Are we gonna do something stupid?
Extremely.
These spiders are, you said, largely robotic in nature, correct?
Yes, large automatons. Now, you know the Kanashi are all self-aware. You know, it's not like taking over a regular drone or anything.
I have other means.
Oh, yes. You've got that thing that even the self-aware ones you can potentially mentally dominate for a short time at least.
Also, EMP blast.
Oh yeah, they would be susceptible to that. Give me actually everybody that is. Well, actually, it's only Adrian that has seen this thing. So, Adrian, give me a lore roll.
Okay. Lore roll.
What is lore based out of? Intelligence?
Intelligence.
Yes.
A 2 plus 6.
Nice.
Unless I'm getting anything like some form of advantage for this. I don't know.
Nope.
Okay.
You are not familiar enough with the Kanashi to know what kind of Kanashi this is. Other than it's a
enough.
creepy spider-looking thing. Basically, you're making a roll like you would make in D&D to identify a monster.
Well, yeah. Question then, since we were told already that the one that they woke up was some form of replicator, would that help any at all?
No. That is probably not something you'd have ever heard of anyway.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. When the Kanashi invade from like their area of space or whatever, yeah, they're coming with ships and fleets, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they may send smaller units out as infiltrators or something, but
Okay.
you don't know if maybe the pirates stumbled across, you know, a machine that they used to build more of themselves, and, you know, they started it up and they just started cranking some out, or, you know.
The real question is, where the hell's that machine then?
That would be a good question.
First, I suggest we get people all onto one ship, get them off of one of the things off of one ship, and then somehow get people at a safe distance.
So, yeah, you arrive basically in this area. You know, coming from this door here.
Mm-hmm.
Am I so big?
Because I do not have the grid set up for this map, so just shrink
I am
yourself down.
enormous.
Just shrink yourselves down where you fit in a square is fine.
I don't know how, but it's been done and I appreciate it.
Because the grid alignment tool never actually aligns to the grid worth anything.
Yanni is huge! Yanni will save us all.
That's what happened.
So is Adrian.
Yeah, but he's unconscious.
It's Mecha King, Yanni.
I hope
right now.
I hope you all know I'm eventually going to deposit Adrian somewhere so I can properly fight.
Oh yeah, it's expected. Just put him in a corner.
No, grab him by his ankle and just swing him.
Whoosh.
He's now a melee weapon.
He's a flail.
I have played in a GURPS fantasy game where the ogre was using a unconscious dwarf as a range
There we
weapon.
go.
Dwarf toss in.
Time honored.
The guy playing the dwarf kept having to run off to do something because he was like involved in the con or whatever that it was at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the excuse anytime he was gone. By the end of the game, the ogre had a little leather harness made, so he was wearing the dwarf on his hip. And then the guy comes back to the conclusion. The dwarf wakes up, climbs out.
Where's the roustabout in this scenario?
You will need to be making your way through these doors down here. It's still a good ways off.
Oh, okay.
Y'all were poking
God,
around for a while.
There's gonna be a shitload of them in here, isn't there?
Oh, probably.
Oh, there's several. That's why you end up stopping right here. And it's 8:54, and we wrap up at 9, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap here.
As the running cat will be like, we're gonna get everyone onto one ship, and get that ship at a safe distance.
Oh shit. So I'm going to put Adrian like here. As soon as I like see anything vaguely a threat.
That's more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
That's terrible.
Those are things.
Those are things.
That's more things.
That is more things.
Be like, actually, can you just kind of punch Adrian to wake him up? We'll see if that works when we need him. Gently punch Adrian.
Adrian suddenly disappears in a burst of lightning because that's one of his powers now.
You can't thunderstep your way from your problems.
It's not called thunderstep. It's called
can
data
you?
shift.
His powers tell him he can get out of here. The rest of you guys are screwed.
I mean, I can kill enough of them and that I would feel good about dying.
Okay, that is.
This is a
No. No.
I have a question
Mm-hmm.
for the DM while you're putting these things down. Oh, fuck you.
What?
You remember that guy?
Yeah, I do.
It is not the
And
same
you're not
model.
there
Of, it is not the same model of robot that he was representing before. It's just the robot that I already had loaded into robot.
Alright.
That robot has traumatic situations attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
You murdered that robot.
Mm.
It was just doing
Yeah.
its job.
Okay. Adrian.
Adrian's gonna be like right there.
Yeah.
And
I do have a question though, because it doesn't state in the book. The power I got at 6th level is called data shift. It's like it can use the energy from any nearby electronic devices to react towards being harmed. Choose an unoccupied space within 5 feet of any electronic device or electrical wiring. It doesn't say what the range on that is.
What power is that?
It's not power, it's something I get for being a ghost technomancer.
Okay.
Data shift.
It's data shift.
Let me write
Can
that
use
down.
it once per long rest.
Okay, I will read up on that. I don't know off the top of my head. I will read up on that over the course of the next week.
There you go.
Patrick, what was it you were trying to say?
Did we go up to 6th level? Because I'm still at 5th.
Yeah, we're 6th.
We've been 6th level for a while.
Well, I think he missed. He may have missed the last episode with the hunter.
Okay.
So yes, Patrick, level your character up before next time.
It's actually caught in a dangerous situation now.
So
All right. So anyway, we will wrap here with this situation starting up. Next week, we hopefully won't have the sound situation we had this week. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Don't know what I did wrong. Well, I'll sort it out. So, to y'all watching that hipped us to this, thanks for the heads up. Thanks for watching. Be back tomorrow, and I believe we will continue playing the Big Eyes Small Mouth mecha game. And then Maddie has her Curse of Strahd on Thursday.
hey, I'm in that.
Yeah, you are.
Other than that,
I think you're in the Curse of Strahd one too, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you're just gaming a lot.
I'm telling you, I play a lot now.
Let's see.
Horrible
Nothing over the
problem to
weekend that I
have.
know of. Cap will be back Monday with the escorts. And then, us again that next Tuesday. So, thanks for showing up. Hope everybody had a good time. I had fun running. And we will see you next time.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.